Hey, look, y'all know how we do it over here, man. We don't break the news. We just break the news down. Make sure y'all subscribe to the platform. If you thought the young Dolph murder case was over with, if you thought everything was said and done, think again, man. Cornelius Smith went to court today, and the boy put in a plea deal. How much time will he get? We don't know yet. Let's check in with Cornelius Smith real quick, y'all. Let's check in.
Also topping the news at 4 today, the fate of the last defendant in the killing of young Dolph case will soon be revealed. Cornelius Smith appeared before a judge this morning ready to enter a plea deal. However, that did not happen. Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Alex Coleman.
And I'm April Thompson. WREG's Quamitra Wilburn explains what's next for the accused gunman.
Cornelius Smith, the man accused in the 2021 killing of Adolph Thornton Jr., also known as Young Dolph, has agreed to a plea deal. However, details of the plea have not been revealed. Thursday morning, he was supposed to enter his guilty plea in court, but his attorney says some technicalities prevent them from moving forward.
We were intending to go ahead and enter a guilty plea today when we went into court. There are a few details that we need to fix and iron out before we can do that. So we asked the judge for some additional time to complete those details.
His defense attorney did not reveal what those details are, but prosecutor Paul Hagerman says it regards housing.
The attorneys have to get with the Department of Corrections with regard to some technicalities with regard to his confinement.
Smith has openly admitted to his role in the killing. He testified in both Justin Johnson's and Hernandez Govan's trials. Smith claims that he and Johnson were hired by Govan to carry out the hit. He admitted to shooting and killing Dolph, who was visiting a cookie shop in South Memphis on November 17th, 2021. Smith stated that he was supposed to receive $40,000 following the death of young Dolph, but instead he got $500 in the letter. Johnson was ultimately found guilty of Dolph's killing, while Govan was acquitted of all charges.
You know, it never ends for the family. This has been a long process to try to hold these people responsible. This will be the very last part of it.
Reporting for your news leader, Quamitra Wilburn, WREG, and says it regards housing.
The attorneys
on his young Dolph.
I want to say this. It ain't over with by far, man. If y'all thought it was over with, it's not. Because if you heard they are having problems or they trying to figure out where they're going to put Cornelius Smith in prison, you may tell you why they're trying to figure it out, because they're trying to keep that boy from getting stabbed up. You know what I mean? Cornelius Smith is a rat. You know what I mean? He gave up everybody from straight drop. He went and told on Big Jook. He gave up Govan. He gave up everybody. So remember, when he hit a Tennessee yard, when he go to one of these Tennessee prisons, it's going to be somebody. I mean, you ain't even got to be involved in the Dolph situation. You ain't even got to be from Memphis to get down there and want to put your hands or do something to a rat. So Cornelius Smith, it's going to be bad for that boy in prison. We heard that Straight Drop. Now, I don't know if it's true or not, but we heard that Straight Drop was down there getting pieced up, getting beat down. You know what I mean? Yeah, they trying to move him around and find somewhere to put Straight Drop. That's what we hearing. I don't know if that was that was true or not, but we kept hearing rumors about Straight Drop getting beat down in prison. Now, this is why it's not over with yet. Until they find who killed Big Jook, I don't think it's over with. I think this thing keeps going on, man, because trust me, the murder of Big Jook plays a role in the murder of young Dolph for sure. We don't know if it's somebody that maybe had love for Dolph that got Jook took out, or somebody that didn't want Jook to get them caught up, in the murder of young Dolph that got Jook took out. So I think, the murder of Big Jook is still, on the table. It still plays a big role. But right now, there's no suspects. They ain't seen that white SUV since it pulled out in front of that church or that banquet hall that they was having, Bovin's, funeral at. We ain't seen or heard nothing about the murder of Big Jook. So I think until they find that out, that's still a key piece to the Dolph situation. Now, you might say, well, man, everybody caught up in this Dolph thing, or anybody has something to do with Dolph is dead. Some people don't feel that way. Some people are still saying, no, man, it ain't over with. We see cats like Hernandez Govan online, hinting and, giving everybody clues. They nigga online playing Blues Clues right now, pointing the finger at Yo Gotti saying, hey, man, this is retaliation. Don't forget, man, Gotti SUV got shut up 60 times 30 days before Dolph was murdered. So it's still people online throwing hints and clues around trying to involve Yo Gotti in this situation. So that makes me feel like, now this investigation is still going on. Don't think that the young Dolph murder investigation is closed yet, because with Big Jook being dead and gone, I think they still got to hold somebody else responsible for this, whether it's today, whether it's tomorrow, whether it's 2-3 years from now. I think we're going to see somebody else maybe get brought forward. Like I said, can they prove it? Maybe not. But I do think the investigation goes on. Like I said with the murder of Big Jook, man, who killed Jook? Who took out Big Jook? That's still a mystery, man. Hernandez Govan, he out here, like I said, living his life now, doing interviews and shit like that. Will somebody take, will somebody take that nigga out? I don't think it's over with in the streets or in the system. I think we're gonna see more play out in the Young Dolph murder. It was a lot of people that love Young Dolph. Young Dolph got family and friends and loved ones that really cared about Dolph. He got a brother, he got a family. I don't think this thing is over with. And I'm not accusing nobody who loved Dolph of trying to get retaliation, but I just don't think they're gonna let it die down like this. Remember, Hernandez Govan was gonna take a plea deal for 10 years, but Dolph family said, no, we want that boy to go to jail for life. That was a mistake. He ended up beating his case, and now he back on the streets. Like I said, now that So we heard, I think we heard a paper route Wu to that boy. Hey man, go pick you at a casket, nigga. So I don't think it's done with the streets by far. But it's the murder of Big Jook that got me saying, nah, this thing ain't over yet. Until they find out what happened to Jook, it's coming, because these things are connected for sure. We cannot take that away. The murder of Young Dolph and the murder of Big Jook in some way is connected. And I think until they figure that out, this thing keeps kind of going on. Now, like I said, Cornelius Smith is on his way to prison. He done told and rat on everybody. He got a plea deal on the table, which I don't think he deserves a plea deal because he didn't finish the job. He got straight drop locked up. He claimed Hernandez Govan was involved. Went up there, snitched on that boy, but Hernandez Govan walked on that nigga. He see Hernandez Govan walked on him. So I think they looking at Cornelius like, you didn't hit a home run, fam. You didn't hit a home run. I think if Hernandez Govan would have been locked up, maybe Cornelius Smith could have got about 15, 20 years. But I think this nigga is still going to get at least 40, 50 years in prison. Remember, Cornelius Smith is the one who told the jury that he jumped out with the machine gun in front of Makita's Cookies and actually was the first one to start shooting and kill Young Dolph. So he ain't finna get nothing sweet. Not at all. Even with him testifying, Cornelius Smith is still, I'm gonna say Cornelius Smith gonna get at least 35, 40 years in prison. I'm gonna guess 40 years. That's my guess. Put y'all guesses in the comments. How much time do y'all think Cornelius Smith is gonna get? I say at least 40 years for his involvement with the Young Dolph murder. So I don't think this thing is over, man, until they figure out who killed Big Jook, until we see what happened with old Govan in them streets, because like I said, his niggas out there don't like what he online doing, don't like the way he popping it, don't like the way he online throwing clues around. And that's probably on both sides. Remember, he's throwing hints around. Hernandez Govan is throwing hints around that Yo Gotti is involved. Then at the same time, Dolph people feel like you had something to do with his murder. So yeah, you know what I'm talking about? That right there is a whole situation of his own. And I'm not trying to promote no violence. I'm not saying go do that. I'm not saying none of that. I'm just talking that real street shit, how niggas are looking at it. But either way it go, man, how do y'all feel about the Young Dolph case, man? Do y'all think it's over with? I don't think it's over with, man. At first, I feel like this is it. It's over with until I really sat down and took a long, I just thought about it just for a long time and felt like, you know what? Until they figure out who killed Jook, this thing is far from over with, man. I think the investigation of the Young Dolph murder now rolls onto the investigation of Big Jook and to see how these two are connected, man. What do y'all think, man? Am I right? Am I wrong? Y'all know we do this Dolph shit over here, man. I broke the Young Dolph case down better than anybody online. You did better than anybody. We broke everything down. We went to Memphis. We did the full shebang. I didn't miss with this situation. So trust me. Will somebody ever be caught for the murder of Big Jook? I do believe so, man. Like I said, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next year, but soon enough, somebody's going to get to talking, get to ranting, somebody will get caught up in another case, and they're going to say, I got some information for you, man. What is it about? Is it about Young Dolph? Nah, this is about Big Jook. You're there. This is about Jook, man. Let me tell y'all what happened in the case of Big Jook and how it ties back to the Young Dolph murder. I'm telling y'all, watch, man. The Young Dolph murder case, they might have put all, I ain't gonna say 3. They might have got 2 out of 4 because Big Jook is dead. Govan walked. You got Cornelius Smith and straight drop locked up. But trust me, it's not over with yet, man. It's gonna be some street justice that might take place, and I believe it's gonna be a bigger investigation that comes when they find out who killed Big Jook, man. Leave a comment on how much time y'all think Cornelius Smith is gonna get, and do y'all think that this whole thing is over with? And who do y'all think took y'all Big Jook, man? Leave a comment, man. Salute to everybody, y'all. It's Big Skull Gang and No Gang and Don't Bang. Remember, we don't break the news. We just break the news down, fam. Jump in my comments, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. We go live every night breaking down different topics like this. I cover some of everything. We most definitely got this channel popping with Mo 3 and Young Dolph. So I'm going to always cover this Dolph situation every time new news come out. But Cornelius Smith is scheduled on March 30th, y'all, to be back in court to finally get his time, man. I'm guessing 40 years. Leave in the comments how much time y'all think Cornelius Smith is going to get. Till then, y'all, I'm gone. We'll be back on March 30th. On March 30th, when he gets sentenced, we pulling back up to the platform. We're going to break it all down, man. Salute, I'm gone, gang. Rest in peace to Young Dolph.